And so please give a warm round of applause to Roy Taff.
I'm Roy Taff. I'm with the Baltimore Improv Group. I am a performer, director, trainer, pariah, and today I'm here to talk about how improv can save your life and save your soul. John Lennon says that life is something that happens while you're making other plans, and he was the walrus. I could be the walrus, but I still have to bum rides off friends. All right, okay. All right, so John said that, and he's right, because we're making all these plans, and life is happening, and we think we can plan around it, but we can't. And here's why: because we try to plan everything. Let me make one thing painfully clear. Life is chaos. Physicists say it, biologists say it, theologians say it. It starts in chaos, it ends in chaos, and in the middle, guess what? Chaos! And what you got is you have some way of saying, okay, how can I make this work? Well, I'm going to apply my rules to it. But the rules keep creating more breakers of the rules. And to put it in better terms for you guys, it actually means, come on, Leia. Come on, Leia. Come on, Leia. There you go. The more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems will slip through your fingers. The more you tighten your grip on life, the more things like fun and love and things you enjoy will slip through your fingers. So what do? You find something that loves chaos and you take its rules. What loves chaos? Improv loves chaos. When we're on stage and things are going to hell, we love that. When everything's completely crazy, we love that. So we got some rules, some tips, some things that we learn on stage that you can use in your life to make it all work. Okay, what about rules? You said it was improv. I thought everything was made up. Yeah, most everything's made up. But these are kind of tips. They're things that work most of the time. They're I'm looking for some kind of quote that would
guidelines
verify. Not really rules, more sort of like guidelines. That's pretty much what we use. And these rules can be used in any part of your life, and they can replace web apps, and they can replace schedules and structure and all these other things. They can replace things and make you happy. Rule number one: have an objective. Know what you want out of life. Do you see people just floating all the time? Have some kind of goal. And I'm not talking about a Corvette. I'm not talking about a house. I'm talking about some kind of objective that makes you happy. Something that makes other people happy. Something that helps others. Diamond Dave says it better than I do. He who knows how will always work for he who knows why. If you know why, then they're going to be working for you. Okay? What is an objective? An objective should be simple. It should be something you can explain in 6 or 7 words. Let me give you an example. Wile E. Coyote. What's his objective?
to catch the roadrunner.
No, not to catch, to eat. He wants to eat the coyote. And that's why there's no words in those cartoons. He's got a great objective. He doesn't need words. It's all real simple. Now, Elmer has not a great objective. In his first cartoon, he started off as a nature photographer, which makes a lot of sense, because the guy just wants to be left alone. Even in the one where he killed the rabbit, he's crying as he walks away when he kills the rabbit. So it's a lousy objective. So have an objective that's simple, that's straightforward. Rule number 2, yes and. We use this on stage all the time. Someone comes up and says, an elevator's falling, and I say, yes, and I've got a grappling hook, and I'll throw it up. That's what we do on stage. You've got to agree with what's happening on stage. You've got to agree with what's happening in your life. We do this in our life all the time, but we forget. Play. Remember when you were kids? And you had okay, I'm going to be a princess, and I'm going to be a pirate. We can do that together. Pirates of Penzance. That's pretty much the same thing. I mean, it's right there. Other examples, politics. The Obama campaign. What is hope? Hope is theological yes and. It says, I believe in it. I'm going to put myself into it. We can make this happen. And even on the kind of ridiculous side, porn. I mean, the ultimate app on the internet, the one that got most of us on the internet the first time, was, well, you like goats? I like goats. Let's start a website. I mean, that's a great way to go. That's yes and. Okay. Now, rule number 3, if I'm using yes and, can I use it all the time? Yeah, most of the time. But if you're hurting somebody or somebody's hurting you, let's kill this guy. Yes, and I'll chop off his ear. That's not a good one. Okay, it's only about 98% of the time, okay? Don't use yes and all the time. Okay, I have an objective. I have yes and. How do I know if it's working? Well, you trust your heart. You trust your gut. If it's working, you'll know it because you'll feel it. And that leads to rule 3, which is, if you're not having fun, you're the asshole. That's one we use in improv all the time. If I'm on stage and I'm not having fun, I'm the jerk. I've got to do something about it. I've got to fix it. If in your life you're sitting in your office in a meeting and you're going, this sucks, I hate it, you're the asshole. You're the one who has to do something about it. You. Yes, you. So trust your gut, trust your instinct. Those are the 3 rules. Find an objective, yes, and if you're not having fun, you're the asshole. And by the way, if you're looking for a trainer, my name's Roy Taff. I'm an unemployed trainer. Give me a call, Roy_Taff at yahoo.com. Good night.